start. Now we have example 4, which is under the variables. So they are asking us to write a C++ program that prints out the value of z from the formula, which is z equals to x plus y, given that the values of x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 3. So in simple terms, they are asking us to design a C++ program that gives you the value of z from this formula. So we are going to open Embelecado Dev C++, or other people might be using CLion, others might be using the CodeBlocks, whichever compiler or coding environment, so long as it can code C++. So as usual, this is our structure of C++. But for easy understanding, I first delete this and we begin from scratch. So our example was requiring us to write a C++ program that outputs the value of x from the formula, which is z is equal to x plus y. So as usual, let me hope we are at the same pace. Yes. So as usual, we will begin from hashtag include angle brackets. Now you are familiar to some of these symbols which we are using in C++, which is a good move. So here we shall put IOStream. So as I told you that this line of code include IOStream tells the compiler to include the input output library so that we can use the cout. So our second line of code will be using namespace. Let me hope everyone still remembers why we using namespace in our C++ code. So in simple terms, it allows us to direct use of cout instead of writing like std colon cout. So instead of writing this everywhere, so we use one line of code which can cater for every place. So we have no need to write the std cout everywhere. So from here we go to the main function. Our main function is int main. So as usual, we don't put anything there in those brackets. So we shall open the curly brackets or braces, whichever name you call it, so long as it is the right symbol you are using. So we shall put some space in between. The reason why we put some space is because that each and every program we write in C++ should be under the int main function. So, and this is the starting point of every C++ program. So as our our question was asking, they gave us values of x. Int means an integer. So int x was, what was our int x? It was 10. Yeah, you still remember. So here we are first declaring the variables. So our x was 10. Then we also declared the variable of y, which was yes, Paul was 3. Yeah. So we had two known variables and one unknown variable. So we shall also include the int z, which is equal to, so as our formula was stating that z is equal to x plus y. So our integer z will be got from this formula of x plus y. So from here we shall put our C out. Since all the variables are catered for, we shall put our C out. We shall also reach that extent where we are going to apply the C in, where you are the one going to input what you want into the program. So, but for now we want our program to display the value of z. So C out. So we shall put our angle brackets z, since we want the value of z. So don't forget to put our semicolon to terminate the code. So lastly we have the return 0. So the return 0, whenever you see the return 0, it means that the program has ended successfully. So from here we save our code. We save it. Let me call it variable. Remember, any C++ program should have an extension of CCP or CC or what regardless, but we mainly use CCP. We save. So after saving, let's try to run our code to see whether the program will give us the right answer. As I told you, either use F11 or you come to execute, then you run and compile, or you go to this symbol app. Can also, here you are seeing the program is saying that we have an error. Can any of you tell me why we are getting an error in our code? Since now we have done the past 3 examples and you have understood, so why? Alex, can you tell me? Because in the program we have an error, but what must be that error? So guys, look here, I told you that in our C++ program, we are not supposed to use commas. As you see, even the error is showing at the last step. That means we used a comma instead of a semicolon. Only a comma can make your code to be wrong, yet it is correct. But let's try compile and run, and we see again after putting a semicolon. Yes, it is running. Yeah, you will find out that after putting a semicolon, now our program has run successfully, and the answer is 13. Remember, our value of x was 10 and our value of y was 3, and z was got from adding x and y, whereby when we add 10 and 3 we shall get 13. So that has been our fourth example where we have used variables. So we meet again next weekend, same time. As for today, I know some of you are tired. Yeah, that is life, but slowly by slowly you'll be there. You know, coding doesn't try to rush. So today we have done our 3 examples. In the morning, we did some little bit of orientation, taking you through how we handle programming, and we designed our first program. And this afternoon session, we have covered 3 examples. So that is good to go for the start. We meet again. Stay blessed. Shalom. I remain Engineer Aaron Kisashe, and I'm the one taking you through this C++ programming language under the Avenue Software Study Programming Initiative, and I'm glad to have you here. So, bye-bye. Let me end the meeting, but go back and try and try and try, because programming is try and error, try and error. Where you get any problem, I'm free. You can message me anytime. I'll be able to answer you. So, bye-bye.